I don't like them because it gets guys out of rhythm, and I just don't like them. So if he's going, I hope he's able to go the whole time and he doesn't injure it any further. So I'm glad he's able to go, but I'm hoping he's good. Yeah.
Yeah, we will see.
David Bakhtiari is also out. He's been listed as out.
Who?
Bakhtiari, also out.
Yeah. What was that? 20.
Also listed
20.
As out.
Yes.
21,
That's correct.
22.
Yeah.
Good chunk of 23.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. John's just catching up. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, very good.
Still going through Chat GPT.
Yep.
And AI.
Yeah, he's still racking his brain on that. Professor Anderson over there, making sure none of his students have an M dash in their article that they've submitted for this week's class. All right, very good. Coming up next, we will take a look at our Island Resort and Casino best bet. We will also play our Gruber Law Office's one call. We will all make one prediction for the game. That is all still ahead. Green Bay Game Day is presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, and it is right here on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
We're back with Green Bay Game Day after this on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Pull up to Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee and shoot your shot at big wins for Sweet Ticket September. Play with your rewards card for entries. Score triple on Drawing Thursday. Win slam dunk prizes like cash, reward play, and tickets to see the Milwaukee Bucks in action. Sweet Ticket September. You ready for this? Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
You'll get a new heat pump system, a new furnace, and a full home duct cleaning all together as a package at about half price. Half price! That's how it all shakes out. Not a gimmick. And both the furnace and the heat pump system are high-quality units. This is Anthony Zanevsky. All you have to do is purchase a heat pump system from Quality, and you'll get a free furnace and a free duct cleaning. All totaled, the cost would be about $20,000. When you add in the new tax incentives that you'll get back at the end of the year, you're going to end up paying about half. That's about $10,000 for a high-quality furnace, heat pump system, and a full home duct cleaning. It's limited time. And last time we did this, the units went pretty fast. So if your home needs a new furnace upgrade and a heat pump system that can act as a brand new AC system as well as a furnace backup, take advantage while you can and cut your energy bills substantially. Call Quality and get them while they're hot.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
The Brewers are ready for fall. As for the Cardinals, well, they fell off a long time ago.
0-2 pitch is a ground ball to third. Ranging to his left is Durbin. Field spins and throws to first in time to get Pages.
The Brewers take on the Cardinals at Busch Stadium. Our coverage starts today at noon with Brewers Warmup. We are your home for the Milwaukee Brewers. WTMJ.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns. It's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
BRI Eyes on the Road. See something out there that I should know about?
Hi, Debbie. I just thought I'd let you know eastbound 94 has what looks like a pretty bad accident.
Call me, Debbie Lazaga, on the WTMJ traffic tip line, 414-238-9329.
Hi, Deb. It's Mark. 894 West. It's a parking lot.
The drive affects you. Why not be part of it?
Westbound 94, just west of 27th Street, two-car crash.
Give me a call, 414-238-9329.
Welcome back to Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Yeah, you know what it is. I'm a cheesehead, y'all cheese whiz. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin with you. Alex Strofe, Gabe Neitzel from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio. Professor Anderson, John Anderson of ESPN Wipeout fame and Super Bowl champion. Former first-round pick of the Packers, Brian Balaga with you. As we count you down to kickoff, it's Packers-Browns here in NFL Week 3. The Packers 2-0, the Browns 0-2 as a surprise to, well, nobody. Hopefully 0-3 and 3-0 after today. Joe Flacco, not what he once was, despite me having a lot of respect for him as the starting quarterback of the Browns. All right, let's start with our best bet, which is presented by the Island Resort and Casino. Hey, fall golf season is here at the Island. Tee off amid stunning autumn scenery, then enjoy top-tier dining, relaxing spot time, and nonstop casino action. Fall golf rates have begun. Plan now at islandresortgolf.com. I mentioned it a bit earlier, and depending on where you look, I'm really stuck in a Dontavian Wicks day, and his receiving line is not huge. 38.5 receiving yards for Dontavian Wicks. He could do that in one catch, the way Jordan Love's been looking at the deep ball. Hasn't connected on a ton through the first 2 weeks of the season. But with Wicks and Golden going to be out there, man, like if he has time to throw the ball, if they can keep Myles Garrett's paws off Jordan Love, my best bet is Dontavian Wicks, 38.5. Matthew Golden's line is right there, too. It's about 37.5, depending on where you look, for Matthew Golden. So one of those two guys, if not both, I think could have big days.
Yeah, it's just always hard to predict which Packers receiver is going to go off. You know, last week it was Tucker Kraft. I don't know if the tight ends do, just because, as we've been discussing throughout the show, a lot of times you wanted those guys to kind of stay in chip, help out with guys like Myles Garrett on that defensive front. I wanted to maybe go with something of, Josh Jacobs, because I know we've talked about him a lot here on the show today, but there's just no value there.
77.5 rushing.
Yeah, but there's just not a ton of, it's a high line. There's not a ton of value there. So the thing that just
and they've
stands
given
out,
up how many yards? And Cleveland's given up how many rushing yards total this year?
96.
Yeah, just a little bit over that through 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
don't necessarily like that. So I think I'm just going to go. I'm going to keep it simple this week. I'm going to take the under 41.5. The total is 41.5 in this game. Two really good defenses going head to head. I think ultimately we see the under on the 41.5. Even though I don't like betting the under. Like the under is always because you want to watch a game.
Number one, it's boring to watch.
Yeah. You want to watch if you want to watch a game. You want to see a lot of scoring typically. But I think the under's the play in today's game with these two defenses.
Last thing on this, Packers are 7.5-point favorites, which I never love that hook. They need to win by over a touchdown and an extra point. Anybody feeling very passionately? I mean, I think they ultimately cover because I think they're the better team. But 7.5 is never a pretty number to bet. And Brian, I know you're not a betting man as you alluded to earlier, but 7.5 is not a pretty number.
No, I hate the 7.5. I hate the hook. I hate the hook. I'm not a fan of the hook. I think they win by more than a touchdown, though.
I do too.
I think they win by more than a touchdown. So I would take that line. I hate the hook because it's just that 7.5, but then I know this is off topic because it is what it is. Then I look at the Dallas Bears line. It's just so weird. I don't get it. It bothers me. I don't understand what Vegas does.
Cowboys on the road are 1.5 favorites in Chicago. For those wondering what the line was, that Blue was talking about. Yeah,
because the Bears were favored earlier in the week. That has moved a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. There's our best bets presented by the Island Resort and Casino. Let's get to our one call. This is always a fun segment with these two with us, Gabriel, and John and Brian, because you never really know what they're looking at when it comes to Packers-Browns. It's time now for our one call brought to you by Gruber Law Offices, who has a reputation for winning. Their experienced and powerful team works tirelessly to help people and families seriously injured in accidents by providing the best care and service. There is never a fee until your case is won. Gruber Law Offices has been serving the people and state of Wisconsin for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices, one call. That's all. Let's start with John Anderson. John Anderson, one call. That's all for Packers-Browns.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't get on the betting thing because you didn't like 77.5 and you don't like 7.5, and I don't know what the numerology is, but it's not there. So the one thing I had written down coming into this whole thing that I wanted to circle was like, does anybody think Joe Flacco can still play? Like, he's there, but can he play? And I don't think he can.
Not super well.
And so I think though he's a big, sturdy guy, I think you can get to him. So I think the Packers have 3 sacks in this game, which makes a difference. Now, it's not like that's not an overwhelming number, but I think, Brian, like if you give up 3 sacks in a game as a line, you probably get yelled at in the film room, right? So I think that's enough to be effective and keep him in check and keep the defense in control of the game. So I like them to get to him and get Flacco down 3 times. I don't think he can play, and I think that's where the game really gets decided is – that defensive line against a quarterback who he'll throw some. I mean, he's still got an arm. He can still throw some. He'll make some throws. But I think by and large, he is not a guy that I fear. Watch lightning strike now is coming at 12:01. And that's where they'll control the game is from the line and from keeping him to be he'll be ineffective.
Yep.
Brian Balaga.
So my one call is I mean, the defense was going to be an obvious one for me, but I'm going to go that, and I'm not going with the golden one because I said that could happen or it could not happen. Yeah, as I said, that could or could not happen.
Dynamite.
But I am going to say, because I think this is because it's been going on since Thursday, and all the reports. I think Kraft has a nice day. I think he's got a touchdown, and I think he probably. What's his number? I think it's at 40 or 41 yards receiving. I think I saw.
It's moved so much given the news. Let me see what we have it at right now. 37.5. So it's gone down a little bit.
Yeah. I know we're not at the betting thing, but I'm just talking about my one call thing. But I think he has a nice day. I think he's got a touchdown. I think he goes way over that number. I think he's has a nice day today, and he has a nice day for the Pack.
Yeah.
That's my one call for this. I think all the hysteria earlier in the week that's brushed aside today. Tucker Kraft.
I love to hear it. And by the way, that number has now moved as I talk about it. It's now up to 40.5. It literally as we speak of it. So Zach Cruz on Twitter saying this: Matt LaFleur with Wayne Lavery said he's expecting Tucker Kraft to play, quote, as much as he can today versus the Browns. So guess that's why.
Were they playing yes or no? What was going on there?
Guess that's why they call it a scare, right?
He's going to play as much as he can. Cool.
There we go.
Thanks, Matt.
So is everybody.
As will all of them.
Gabe Neitzel, your one call.
I'm going to go back to Josh Jacobs. I think that he continues his touchdown streak, finds the end zone once again for the Packers. They obviously, once they get inside the red zone, he is the guy that they trust more than anyone else. They like giving the ball, especially once they get inside the 10-yard line and having him pound it into the end zone. So I'm going to say that he scores another touchdown and the streak continues for Josh Jacobs.
I love it. That would tie LaDainian Tomlinson's streak from 20 years ago when LaDainian Tomlinson was the best player in the freaking world and went on a streak like this. So it would be the longest since then, 20 years later, which is pretty ridiculous. My one call, 2 interceptions for the Packers defense, and I think it's by the same player. I think Javon Bullard will pull down 2 interceptions today off Joe Flacco. Wow. I don't know why. Gabe, you can attest. I've been very high on Javon Bullard this year, and I think it pops off the page today. Javon Bullard multi-interception day is my one call.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. I mean, he did a great job, Blue. I know we broke it down. If you want to go check out the All-22 with our cousin sub of the day, Brian Balaga, it's available on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube page of, the way that he was able to come up and make a great play on Jaden Daniels. I think it might have been the play that even Daniels kind of tweaked his knee just based on the hit that Bullard put on him, and is a big reason why Daniels can't go this week for Washington. But he has been, in that slot, a player that's really grown, and I don't know if we've talked about enough the leap he has made, at least presumably through 2 games from year 1 to year 2.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that. All right, we got to take one final break. When we come back, our final thoughts, things we're looking for, and game picks ahead of Packers-Browns kicking off in about 15 minutes here in NFL Week 3. So good to be back with our road crew. One segment left to talk about it. Packers-Browns. We will break it down with our final thoughts coming up next on Green Bay Game Day.
More Green Bay Game Day coming up on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Enjoy them with your favorite dipping sauce, or try them in one of our 2 new subs, Classic Crispy Chicken or Bold Buffalo Ranch Crispy Chicken. Both served on our fresh baked bread, made with quality you can taste. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Looking for a newer, nicer used vehicle? The Ewald Automotive Group can help increase your purchase power during our used car rate reduction sales event. Shop over 600 quality pre-owned vehicles priced to sell. Used car interest rates are coming down, so let us try to improve your situation today. It costs nothing other than a few minutes of your time to check us out. Upgrade your ride today. Go to ewaldauto.com for locations, inventory, and more. You'll be glad you did.
Go to ewaldauto.com.
When you're injured, you want quick, specialized care, not a long ER wait. The orthopedic care specialists at Ortho ASAP treat fractures, sprains, strains, sports injuries, and more right away. With on-site x-rays and expert care, Ortho ASAP gets you back on track faster. Open 7 days a week with locations in Brookfield and Pewaukee, it's more affordable than the ER. Walk in, get treated, and get back to life. Ortho ASAP. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have, or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package request early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
You know, Dad, we can't ever change.
Amen to that, son. And I'll tell you what, we'd have a lot of people to answer to if we did.
The fact that things have remained the same at Marty's going back all the way to 1957 is what makes it so special.
And it starts with a recipe for our sauce. It's the original, the same one that Marty taught me. It was there on day one, and it's still here today.
And it's never going away.
James, you stick with that attitude, and Marty's will be around for your kids to keep up their tradition.
And there are other things that make Marty's Pizza special.
Well, you got our untouched original recipe for our pizza sauce, and we have our own sausage made for us with our own recipe. We make everything fresh. Our own meatballs, our lasagna, our dough every day. We cut our vegetables fresh every day.
It's a labor of love.
This is Dick the Dad.
And James the Son from Marty's Pizza in Delafield.
Find out what keeps our loyal customers coming back for generations.
Right off I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
From family barbecue to quiet mornings, a new deck from Outdoor Living Unlimited is built to last. We are Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck installation team. For amazing ideas, go to our Outdoor Living Unlimited Instagram page. For a free estimate, go to OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Wisconsin's Morning News is here for you every weekday morning starting at 6 a.m. Vince Petrano.
The search for a Pewaukee native accused of killing his 3 daughters appears now to have come to an end.
Eric Billstad.
Community members weighing in on a possibility in a proposal to merge the West Dallas and Wauwatosa Fire Department.
And traffic with Debbie Lozica.
We've got a couple of accidents to start things off. 41 southbound at Blue Mound Road.
The news you need to know. Wisconsin's Morning News on WTMJ.
Green Bay Game Day presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Couple minutes left with the Alex Strofe Gabe Neitzel, John Anderson, Super Bowl champion, Brian Bulaga. It's Packers-Browns. The Packers are 7.5-point favorites on the road today against the 0-2 Browns. Packers, of course, are 2-0, looking for a 3-0 start. All right, some final thoughts and some game picks. We will start with the professor, John Anderson. John, anything you're looking for, anything you're looking forward to, and your game prediction.
I'm looking forward to the ball club, to the squad winning. That's one thing. I think the defense will continue to enhance its reputation, like I said, in part because I don't think Flacco's a great ball player anymore. Which doesn't mean I think we're going to get to see Shedeur Sanders like we're all really hoping as they go through that. I think Jacobs, sometimes when it looks like, okay, this is a good run defense, they've allowed 40 a game, 45 a game, and this guy hasn't piled up yardages. I think this kind of goes against that, right? Like Vegas was built on the under. Vegas was built on overs and favorites, and I think today is a day, as Gabe pointed out, might be for unders and just get the game done. I don't know that you have to win by 1 million to prove your point. So I think he has a bigger game than people would expect. Again, I totally dig the guy, so that's probably why it is. But all those, I think it's kind of a 24-17 thing. I don't know that the Packers offense is still quite there. I think this is a hard team to get to. Garrett, who leads the league in sacks and tackles for losses, which totals that look like they're good for a month, not just 2 games. So he's gonna be a problem. But I think this is one of those where it's a struggle, and I think we're gonna be like, God, why are we still 8 minutes left in this game and we're still letting this thing hang around? But I think they'll be all right. But first time out on the road, this could be a bit of a struggle. But I think they eventually prevail. And then we'll also see that the Browns will wear the ugliest uniforms of anybody this weekend and maybe of all seasons, if you haven't had a look at those things. Wow.
They're not great.
Tragic.
They're not great.
Especially the week that the Buccaneers are wearing the creamsicles, John.
Oh, those things are just glory. And the Patriots are bringing out, Patriot Pats coming out this weekend too. So amid the really good ones, you're going to have this stinker.
Yes, it is not the prettiest uniform matchup. That is for certain. It certainly looks like something you would find in a toilet. Okay, Brian Bulaga, your game prediction.
Yeah, I mean, I think early on this is going to be tight. I think Cleveland will keep it tight, but I think in the end, I think Green Bay will do what they need to do in the end, and I think they'll pull away. So I'm going to go Green Bay 28-14.
28-14. Okay. So they get over that 27 hump they've had. 27 on each of the first 2 matchups. 28, 4 touchdowns for Brian Bulaga today. Gabe Neitzel, your final thoughts, your game prediction.
I'm just really excited to watch this defense go on the road because I think this is the type of thing that travels, the energy, the speed that they have as a team flying around. It's just so much fun to watch. But also, you are able to live off of the energy of Micah Parsons making his Lambeau debut, and then you had the Milwaukee crowd come up 5 days later, and the Lambeau crowds, by all accounts, were just lively, just lit up for Micah Parsons, him coming out last in that first game, and then the defense doing what they did just 5 days later against Washington. So now you've got the mini bye, you're on the road for the first time. Are you still going to have that same energy to start the game the way that you did at Lambeau Field? That's what I'm curious to see. I think that they will, but it's just another one of those things of, okay, you can kind of check these things off as you go. And the thing I'm most excited for is to see this defense. I know the Browns offense beat up along the offensive line. We've talked about Flacco being a statue. It's a team that you should be able to dominate defensively, but you still have to go out there and do it and not have that overconfidence and still come out with that energy and passion the way that they did in the first 2 games at home.
Yeah, I'm really curious for the road test. Now, it's not going to be an all Browns crowd environment if I was a betting man, right? I would imagine the Packers fans always travel well, and this is kind of a short road trip that you only get once every 8 years. So I would imagine the green and gold galore at Huntington Bank Field. I've tinkered back and forth with this one. I either think it's a blowout or it's what John and Brian were talking about, where they're just kind of hanging around and you're uncomfortable. The Commanders game got a little close. Obviously, it became a one-score game right at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and then the Packers blew it back open. But we haven't really had an uncomfortable game yet. And I'm starting to think that could be what we witnessed today, where the Packers get out with a win, but it feels a little too close. So I'm going to go 27-17 as the final Packers win. But I think it feels closer for the first time this year than the final score indicates, rather than, it felt like more of a blowout than the final score indicated in the first 2 weeks. So we'll see. We all think the Packers win as they will get ready, and we will be back with you next week ahead of Packers and Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. It's a late one next week, fellas, as our pregame coverage will begin at 4 o'clock Central next week. Is that past your bedtime, John? 4 o'clock Central?
No, we're good. Now I get to, that's the only thing with the East Coast time. I used to sleep in. Now I'm on Central time. I got to be up with the chickens.
Up with the chickens, indeed. Blue, it'll be a little bit later for him, but I can't wait for next Sunday night as the Packers head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. All right, that will do it for us today. A big thanks to all of our producers today, Isaac Marquardt, Owen Dimple, and the executive producer of Green Bay Game Day and Green Bay Game Night is Will Summers, helping us out here at the Gruber Law Offices One Call-Outs All Studio. A reminder to tune into Green Bay Game Night immediately following the final whistle. Homer, Tausch, Gary Ellerson, Jason Wilde will have you covered immediately following the game, and the phone lines will be open for you, as well as on YouTube in the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's Packers-Browns. Here we go. Week number 3 NFL action. Go, Pack, go. We'll talk to you next week. Peace.
Oh, no. There's only seltzer left, and it's passion